articular rotations of the scapulothoracic joint. So phase one or level one CARs or controlled articular rotations, you're going to ground yourself. Okay, they talk about irradiation. Okay, you can even squeeze a ball to stiffen the limb. Okay, your goal is to dissociate the scapula from the rest of the torso. Maximal expansion of the range of motion, trying to limit any other extraneous motion such as torso rotation, side bending, neck, or even your hip. Okay? And then you're going to go in the opposite direction. Okay, so that's level one. Magnetic chain controlled articular rotations for the scapula. So I'm going to mount my fist into the wall with a decent amount of pressure, and I'm going to explore what closed kinetic chain range of motion I have out of the shoulder blade. So all the way up, all the way down, all the way forward, all the way back. Really, it's that retraction into that depressed position that are challenging for folks to get. So what is the greatest range of motion that I can create with my scapula while still mounting the fist into the wall? You can see it's not quite as coordinated compared to when I'm open chain. I'm much more excursion. So it suggests that I would need to work more so in this closed kinetic chain fashion in order to better control and have better coordination of that scapulothoracic joint on my left side. Progressions would be going out further, where I'd be leaning into it, trying to get that retraction, the protraction, the elevation, and then the depression. Level 3, control articular rotations of the scapulothoracic joint. I'm going to pre-tension the band. I'm going to irradiate and ground myself. And my goal is to explore what range of motion I have of my scapula as it glides around my thorax in all planes of motion. An easy way to start to learn this is just by going forward and backwards. How far can I retract? How far can I protract? Elevation and depression. And trying to put it all together. So it's not really scapular stabilization that I need. It's more scapular controlled rotations and controlled ranges of motion that I need. The reciprocal would be if I was to shift and now go into a protracted resistant position, same thing. Here's my piston. I'm irradiated, I'm stabilized. Okay? And then the motion would look like this, all the way up, all the way forward, all the way down, all the way back, all the way up, all the way forward, all the way down, all the way back.
This stuff is just stretching, visualization. This stuff is straight leg raises, just like wide.
Do control articular rotations of the scapulothoracic joint. So I'm here, I'm irradiating, I'm all the way up. I'm going to get right under my band so I have a good line of tension all the way up, all the way back, all the way down, all the way forward, all the way up, all the way out and around and then down. Again, just orienting my shoulder blade to this pistoning motion forward and backwards, and then adding in the additional rotational movement. I can also further irradiate by mounting myself in my opposing arm. All the way forward, all the way down, all the way back, all the way around, and really exploring that range of motion under tension. The opposing would be, or the reciprocal rather, would be if I was to stand on the band, get an appropriate amount of tension, all the way up, all the way down, Feel the piston, mount myself and irradiate, and all the way back, all the way around, all the way down, all the way up, all the way around. Explore those different ranges of motion. Okay, you want to sprinkle these throughout your day. You don't want to do them all at once necessarily. Again, it's motor coordination or motor retraining, and thus random practice is going to be more fruitful than is block training where you buttress 3 sets of 10, etc.